What if every time you told a lie, your nose grew like Pinocchio's, but only in front of celebrities? Imagine that. You're at a red carpet event, surrounded by flashing cameras, glitzy outfits, and a sea of famous faces. You've been waiting for this moment your whole life, just to tell your favorite actor, "I loved your movie. I've seen it like 100 times. The only problem? You've never actually seen the movie. You've only heard about it." And right as the words leave your mouth, boom, your nose starts to grow, right in front of them. Not just a little twitch, no. It's the full-on dramatic Pinocchio-style lengthening, twisting and stretching, like a magic trick gone wrong. The actor looks at you, squints, and you're standing there with a nose that now looks like it could double as a broomstick. Embarrassing, right? You'd be a walking truth detector in Hollywood. At first, the concept of every lie inflating your nose would be hilarious to think about. Like, "Oh sure, I love your music." There goes your nostrils puffing up like balloons. Or imagine trying to tell the cast of Friends you've totally watched the show from start to finish, even though you've never seen a single episode. The minute those words hit the air, you'd be living in a sitcom of your own making, with Jennifer Aniston staring at your nose like it's the star of the show. It's like the universe decided to turn your biggest social faux pas into a comedy sketch that you didn't even audition for. There's no hiding it. No pretending it's normal. A huge honker suddenly sprouting up? That's impossible to ignore. And it would be worse in front of celebs because they're famous for noticing the tiniest details. Your nose would be on a red carpet with its own paparazzi. Is that an exclusive nose growth we're witnessing here? Now let's think about the practical consequences. You know how you sometimes exaggerate things like, "Yeah, I totally ran into Taylor Swift at the grocery store," when in reality you just passed her in the produce aisle without speaking? Well, that tiny fib could turn into a full-on nose situation. In the middle of casual conversations with famous people, you might just get caught in the trap of stretching the truth a little and then wham! Your nose is a yard long. Imagine the awkwardness. It's like trying to juggle flaming swords while reciting Shakespeare. You could say something as simple as, "I definitely know all the words to your hit song," and then bam, there's a whole new version of you, with a nose that looks like it could rival a giraffe's. Cue the awkward silence. And it wouldn't just be celebrities like actors or musicians. No, the universe would throw in some randomness. You might find yourself telling a little fib to a reality TV star, and suddenly you're playing Pinocchio in front of someone who makes a living pretending their life is totally perfect. Imagine talking to someone like the Kardashians and you say, "I've been following your family for years," when you've only caught the show a couple of times while scrolling through Netflix, and boom, your nose goes full giraffe mode. You'd be a living, breathing exhibit of how to ruin your social life in 3 seconds. The camera flashes would catch every inch of your ever-growing nose. I mean, at least it'd be good for attention, right? But here's the real kicker. The more famous the celebrity, the worse it gets. If you're telling a harmless white lie in front of someone like Leonardo DiCaprio, oh boy, that nose could stretch all the way to the moon if you're not careful. You'd be a walking liar trap. The worst part? No one would know when you were telling the truth anymore. "I love your new movie," you say. Pinocchio knows. "I've been a huge fan for years." Pinocchio knows. Eventually, they just start assuming you're lying about everything. Imagine hanging out with Will Smith and you casually mention, "Oh, I totally love The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air." Suddenly, your nose starts to grow whoosh. Now you have to explain yourself. Okay, I've seen like 5 episodes." Pinocchio nose grows even more. You just can't win. Now let's talk about the deeper implications. What happens when you're constantly getting caught in lies, big or small, in front of famous people? First off, people would get really good at reading your face. Celebrities are already experts at spotting drama. So a growing nose? They'd see it coming before you even finished your sentence. "Oh, you're trying to impress me with a fake story, huh?" That nose isn't fooling anyone. Your celebrity interactions would be a game of truth or dare, except you never get to play dare because your nose grows every time you try to lie. Oof. On a bigger scale, though, this would change the entire landscape of celebrity culture. People might start to really mean what they say. No more pretending you've met someone when you haven't. No more boosting your status with small fibs. It would probably be a nightmare for the celebrity press. Journalists wouldn't need to use truth serum to get the scoop on a star. They just sit back, watch the noses grow, and collect the juicy details. "Yeah, they totally told me they love my band. and then their nose tripled in size. But wait, let's flip this for a second. What if, in this world, people started getting creative? What if celebrities themselves began to use their noses for performance art? Imagine the possibilities. They could give a press conference where every time they lied, their nose became a prop in a carefully choreographed dance. Lies would become part of the performance. They'd embrace it. But for the rest of us, it would still be the ultimate party trick for the most awkward moments. You could turn an entire interaction into an exaggerated social experiment. Oh yeah, I met David Bowie last week. Wham! And the whole party erupts in laughter as your nose turns into a full-on spectacle. At the end of the day, if every time you told a lie in front of a celebrity your nose grew like Pinocchio's, life would become a hilarious, awkward, and sometimes cringeworthy game of truth or dare, one that's impossible to fake. Celebrities wouldn't be just icons, they'd be the ultimate truth police. And you'd spend your days trying to keep it real, especially when your nose is about to give you away. So what do you think? Could you tell the truth? Or would your nose be the star of the show every time? Let me know in the comments, because let's face it, we'd all have some serious explaining to do.